This is big news. Actually, that'd be putting it lightly. Say that's big news. This is huge, huge, mind-shattering news right here. And you know, for those of you guys who are affiliated with WWE and know about the WWE these days, um, you see right here in this tweet from Daniel Bryan. He tweeted today, "Due to medical reasons, effective immediately, I am announcing my retirement. Tonight on Raw, I'll have a chance to elaborate. Hashtag gratitude." As you can tell, I favored that tweet because, you know, this this individual, this man, you know, he's more than just a sports entertainer. He's more than just a WWE superstar, and without a doubt, one of the best WWE superstars that the company has ever had and ever will have. But he was also someone that embodies the whole David versus Goliath thing. Like he was one of the smallest wrestlers ever. Like it didn't matter what ring he stepped into, whether it be for WWE, whether it be for any other wrestling company. He wasn't always viewed as the big guy. No, I mean he's on the small side, but this individual he overcame a lot of odds. You know, and even though there's going to be a lot of people that say, "Oh, but wrestling is fake, wrestling's this, wrestling that." Here's the thing: while to some extent wrestling is scripted, it takes a lot out of your body. You know, and Daniel Bryan is living proof of that. Daniel Bryan, he's in his 30s, and due to medical complications, he's retiring, and it's without a doubt one of the most saddest moments in WWE history because Daniel Bryan not only was a work of art when it came to wrestling skills and being an awesome main eventer and being an awesome champion. It didn't matter what championship he held. When he held a championship, whether it be the United States Championship, the Tag Team Championships, the World Heavyweight Championships, and then Intercontinental Championships, he brought respect and prestige back into those titles because you knew that with that sort of gold hanging from Daniel Bryan's shoulder, you knew that that title would be respected again. That's not to say that every other wrestler who had that title or had those titles were any less respected or whatever. I'm just saying that Daniel Bryan is legit and always will be legit. I don't care, that he's saying that he's retired. Like, oh, I do care, but even though that he's retired, he's always going to be one of the best damn champions ever. I mean, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I mean, it's one of those situations where I feel like I'm empty with words. It's like I don't even know really what to say or how to say it. There's so much I want to say, but at the same time, not so much. Uh, um, I suppose I could take the opportunity though to kind of reflect on some of my favorite moments from Daniel Bryan's career. One of my favorite moments, without a doubt, was his uh, SummerSlam 2010 match. It was a 7 versus 7 man tag team match. It was John Cena's team versus the Nexus, led by Wade Barrett. Nexus was the group of NXT Renegades that invaded the WWE. And I thought that was a pretty damn good angle. They did a very good job with that angle. And when Daniel Bryan came on John Cena's team, I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like I was marking out big time when that happened. Not to mention, it was the same match that Bret Hart was in. I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, sure, the guy can't take very many bumps, in the state that he was in, especially now. Um, but it was just so awesome to see the combination of Bret Hart and Daniel Bryan in that match, and the combination of so many other that was in the match. You got Edge, Chris Jericho, who else was in there? I believe R-Truth was, and John Cena, of course. Um, and then the next night, or not the next night, sorry, the next pay-per-view, Night of Champions, he beat his own mentor, The Miz, for the United States Championship. That was absolutely amazing, and he held that title for quite a long time, and he had some of the most formidable foes. He was fighting people like Dolph Ziggler, people like Sheamus, you know, the really big individuals, especially like Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus is a big boy, and Daniel Bryan was able to hang tough with a guy like him. Um, then came his Money in the Bank winning, where he climbed the ladder and took down the briefcase, and he has access to the contract in which it allows for him to cash in for a world title match in any time. Didn't matter if it was right after a title defense, he could cash in at any time, which, by the way, he did at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs after the Big Show won the World Championship. He cashed in on a weekend Big Show and capitalized, and I thought that was fucking amazing. And I think that was when the whole yes, yes, yes thing came about. I mean, like that right there had to be one of the most addicting chants ever. I mean, you had "What?" from Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was really addicting and all that stuff. And other than that, I can't think of any other chant that was as catchy as "yes." I mean, a simple three-letter word that could, be so powerful, kind of thing. Um, of course, though, he ended up losing the world championship, but then in that same year, he became the tag team champions with Kane. With Kane, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is so weird because a month before they became tag team champions, right? They they fought each other, beat the crap out of each other at SummerSlam. Daniel Bryan was winning, of course. Winning against the big guy like Kane. Like, Kane's a big fucking individual. He's like 7 feet tall and 320 plus. Yeah, Daniel Bryan is a good like foot plus shorter than him and a good 100 pounds short, like less than him, and he did it. He did it. And that's one of those. It's kind of going back to what I was saying before, the whole David versus Goliath thing, because yeah, he beat a lot of giants. I mean, he somehow ended up able to survive and win skillfully the steel cage match between Mark Henry, Big Show, and him at the Royal Rumble in 2012, and then the Elimination Chamber with 5 other individuals, including the Big Show. Like, what the fuck? How does Daniel Bryan do it? But it's that resiliency. It's that mentality, that never say die mentality. And, there you go. But yes, fast forwarding back to the tag team championships win, the whole angle with him and Kane being in anger management with Dr. Shelby, I thought that was fucking hilarious. And the two of them yelling at each other, "I'm the tag team champions! I'm the tag team champions!" I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's so hilarious. Like, I don't think I had as many laughs as I did with that angle that I have with anything else for a long time. Uh, it was funny. Like, it was just absolutely funny. Um, and like, it just goes to show you can't take life too serious. I mean, even though wrestling is serious, like, you gotta have humor in there once in a while, right? Just as long as it's not overdone. And I felt like that they did it just right here. Yeah, so I mean, there was that, and then Daniel Bryan, fast forward to SummerSlam of 2013, in one of the biggest matches in one of the biggest pay-per-views ever, Daniel Bryan faced off against John Cena for the World Championship, and he won. He won clean. Of course, John Cena, he had to go for elbow surgery because I can't remember what was wrong with his elbow. There's like a big fucking bubble like hanging off his elbow. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I hope that's nothing like too serious. Jeez. But Daniel Bryan beat him clean with a straight knee to the head. Oh man, I love those knees. Like, ever since Daniel Bryan adopted the whole flying knee thing, it's just like, yeah, see, that's even more of a reason for me to be all about the knees, I'm always talking about knee choking people and like flying knees and all that stuff. It's like, well, this right here just reiterates. I mean, Daniel Bryan, who's, Like, just this zippy individual just running around, giving people flying knees and winning all over the place. Um, it was absolutely hilarious. Found something else that was hilarious. Like, if we can go back to the whole thing with Kane when he was when they were tag champions. uh, Daniel Bryan changed the yes chant to the no chant because he was like, no, no, no. Like, just getting so frustrated at the fans for constantly chanting yes and him chanting no and them chanting yes louder, and he just goes off. It's so hilarious. I mean, there are so many videos on YouTube where you can find Daniel Bryan flipping out and being all angry and stuff like that. It was hilarious. Um, and, you know, just, there was that, like, Daniel Bryan becoming a champion and by beating one of the top superstars in the company, John Cena, clean. But then, of course, you know, a few minutes later, Randy Orton had that Money in the Bank contract, and yeah. He took advantage after Triple H suckered him and pedigreed him. 1, 2, 3. That's not cool, bro. Not cool. But Daniel Bryan got revenge the next month at Night of Champions when he beat Randy Orton. Yep, he beat him. He beat him! And then, of course, once again, the Authority had to screw him over. But, let's fast forward, though, to 2014. He entered in the Royal Rumble, and, well, he didn't make it, and the fans were pissed. They were pissed! I don't blame them, because the winner of the Royal Rumble, Batista? Really? What the fuck? Now, I mean, of course, I got nothing really against Batista. I think Batista's awesome. It's just, I thought, I don't know. I wanted Daniel Bryan to win. Yes, I am one of those many people that flipped out when Daniel Bryan got eliminated. I'm like, what the fuck? I was angry. And then we fast forward. Okay? To WrestleMania, baby! Woo! WrestleMania 30, where he competed against Triple H. And it was the opening match of WrestleMania. And I have to say that was possibly the best opening WrestleMania match ever. Well, actually, it's one of the best because there are a few openers that were actually really good. For example, WrestleMania 10, Bret Hart and Owen Hart, brother versus brother. That match was a classic. But you fast forward 20 years later, literally, to WrestleMania 30. You got Daniel Bryan facing off against the COO, the 13-time World Champion Triple H, in an absolute classic. And in a clean fashion, Daniel Bryan beat Triple H. But of course, after the match, Triple H was pissed. And he beat up Daniel Bryan, injured him. But did you think, honestly, that stopped Daniel Bryan? No. Because in the main event of WrestleMania 30, he competed against Randy Orton and Batista in a triple threat no disqualification match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, actually, it was for two titles. It was the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. So, 2 titles in one kind of thing, right? Despite being injured and despite being double-teamed for a good portion of the match, Daniel Bryan put in that yes lock on Batista, and he twisted and cranked it and twisted and cranked it, and guess what? Batista tapped out, and we got a new world champion. Yes, 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 yes. Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. I was so damn excited when I tuned into the end of WrestleMania, and I seen Daniel Bryan raise them titles up. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That was so awesome. The Flying Goat did it! And I say goat with all due respect because goat isn't just the name of an animal. And it isn't just the type of beard that you have. GOAT stands for greatest of all time. And that's exactly what you are, Daniel Bryan. You are one of the greatest of all time. This psychopath means it! But see, we fast forward to Extreme Rules, where him and Kane battled it out in one of the most epic Extreme Rules matches there was. Daniel Bryan came out on top. But of course, natural wear and tear started to catch up on Daniel Bryan. For years and years of wrestling in tough, grueling matches, he had to surrender those titles. Had to surrender them. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, man. You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be kidding me right now. That's not... I was in shock. I was like, what? Seriously? Like, come on. What are you doing, WWE? Well, I shouldn't really say it's anyone's fault. Because, I mean, injuries do happen. Things happen. And, you got to plan ahead kind of thing. It was unfortunate that when Daniel Bryan was on a roll, he had to give up the titles because of a neck injury. And then we fast forward. We fast forward to when he returns. And then WrestleMania. WrestleMania 31. Daniel Bryan was in the opening match. I find it funny how Daniel Bryan, who ended WrestleMania 30 with a title win, started the next WrestleMania in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. And guess what? Daniel Bryan won. Him and Dolph Ziggler got into a headbutt war, but here's the thing. As JBL said, you do not get in a headbutt war with goats. Because Dolph Ziggler, he fell off the ladder, and Daniel Bryan snatched up that title of success, and he won. Making him, in my opinion, one of the most awesomest Intercontinental Champions ever. Just as well as him being one of the most awesomest World Champions. Just as him being one of the most awesomest Tag Champions. United States Champions, man. He is, without a doubt, more than Hall of Fame worthy. It just sucks that it seems like whenever he's back and he's on a roll and he wins a title, a few weeks later he's got to forfeit the title. And it sucks. It really sucks. So, now we're here, fast forward to 2016, where Daniel Bryan has announced on Twitter, and will be announcing on WWE Raw, that he's retiring. Now, of course, he's going to elaborate on it and all that stuff, and it sucks. It sucks seeing him go. It really does. Wrestling is not going to be the same without him. It's not. I don't want to say it's going to be less enjoyable because I feel that'd be disrespectful to all the other WWE superstars, which I all respect by default a million times. But just with Daniel Bryan retiring, man, that sucks. It really does. But obviously there's a reason why he's got to retire. I mean, he's not medically cleared to do it. Obviously, like, it could be something life-threatening that, like, if he was to keep up with this sort of activity, he could, like, permanently injure himself, permanently screw himself up. I mean, it's sort of like when Stone Cold Steve Austin back in 2003 came back for one more match against The Rock, and that was going to be, like, his retirement match. It was at WrestleMania 19, and that was the last match that Austin ever had. And it sucked to see him go, but he's happier. He's taking it easy. Like, he's set, all that stuff. And Daniel Bryan, the way I see it, as long as if he's happy, if he's happy and well, and same with his wife, Brie Bella, then it's all good. I mean, I'm happy for Daniel Bryan no matter what. I'm happy for Brie Bella no matter what. It just sucks seeing one of the greatest of all time having to hang up his wrestling gear. It sucks. There will never be another Daniel Bryan. And, I know Daniel Bryan probably would never come across this video, but if he did, it'd be an absolute honor to see him, for him to watch this video, because this video is dedicated to Daniel Bryan. And it's dedicated to all those who are fans of Daniel Bryan and respect him. So that's pretty much my little bit of reflection there for Daniel Bryan's my experience with Daniel Bryan's career, like seeing him progress from when he started out in NXT and WWE, and then you know started winning world championships and main eventing WrestleMania, and then having to retire way too soon. So that's pretty much all I got to say. Daniel Bryan, I hope that someday we'll see you again. Maybe not as a wrestler, or maybe like just like as like a guest or something like that. Maybe as a commentator. I would love to hear you do commentary for the WWE. I think that'd be awesome. Like you have the voice for it for sure. But yes, I'm not gonna rant anymore. Jesus Christ, this video is over 20 minutes long, so I'm gonna end things right here. Um, so for those of you guys who are upset about this as much as I am, I apologize for that as well. I mean, this is sad, but at the same time, I guess we can celebrate the fact that Daniel Bryan has had an amazing career, and I just hope that someday, somehow, we will see you again, Daniel Bryan. Thank you, Daniel Bryan. Thank you for everything that you've done in WWE and in wrestling. You've paved the way for a ton of future WWE wrestlers and for a ton of wrestlers in general. You know, I'm somebody that wants to be a wrestler. If you can believe it, you know? Like, yes, I'm this hyperactive kid, seemingly, sometimes. You see in my videos. But, I'm hyperactive with life energy because I love life more than anything. But yes, uh, Daniel Bryan's an inspiration, and it'd be so cool to have a goat beard like him. It'd be awesome. But yes, as I said, I'm gonna end this video right here. So I guess if you guys enjoyed the video, then give this a thumbs up. This is not really one of those kind of videos that it's just like I'm so excited to make. It's a sad video, but I felt like it needed to be made because it's like Daniel Bryan is one of my favorite superstars, and I felt like by doing this, I would be showing my support for him no matter what. I will always support you, Daniel Bryan, no matter what choices you make. This is a big choice right here, but you got my 110% respect and support. As I said before, Daniel Bryan, from me to you, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for everything that you've done for all of us as your fans, as the WWE Universe. Thank you, and I salute you.